Hey, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the Caesars Sportsbook app and how to get set up with it, how to maximize your bonuses, and why you may not want to put too much money in day one. So if you're taking a look at the screen right here, you can see we're live in New York. This just went live in New York, I think 2 days ago. So January 8th, 2022. So they have these like amazing bonuses that are going on here. And in this particular one, they'll match up to $3,000 and you'll give you a $300 bonus when you get set up. But if you take a look at my screen on my cell phone here, you'll notice it says cash balance 330, bonus balance 300. The reason I have those numbers right now is I signed up for $350 initial deposit, and then I made a $20 deposit or bet, so that's why I'm down to 330. I did get the initial $300 bonus right away, so that's just something they give you for getting signed up. And then about a day or two from now, I should get the other $350 for the match. But the part that's a little bit hard to understand, or at least is like kind of just a bullet point people probably go through right here, is it says customers must wager through all bonus amounts one time before making a withdrawal. So in my particular case, what that means is if I have bonus amounts of up to $650, I must wager $650 on my account before I can make any withdrawals. Now, the reason that that's important is if I was to just try to withdraw right now, that's where you can see on my cell phone here, it's saying to cash out your real balance, please reverse your bonuses from my bonus screen. The other part that's a little bit frustrating is if I want to place a bet with my bonus balance, I can't do that until my cash balance is zero, right? So it's always going to pull from your cash balance first, then your bonus balance next. So if you're somebody who is thinking like, oh, I'm going to go in for $3,000 on this because I'm going to get $3,000 of free money, you may not want to do that because you may not want to gamble that much money in the next month because all that bonus balance is only available for 30 days. So everybody's different, but if I was to redo this, I probably would have gotten set up for about $50. Then what would happen is I'd have a cash balance of $50, my bonus balance would be $300, and then eventually it would be $350. And then I'd only have to wager through $50 to be able to withdraw my cash balance. And then I would be able to just play with $350 of bonus balance. So you can kind of see if you go too high that you make it kind of difficult to actually access your bonus balance within that first 30 days. So just be aware of that when you're walking through this process. So now what I want to do is actually walk you through how to get set up and what the whole process looks like when you're going through. And again, links in the description and the pinned comment of this video, and that's going to give you the best possible promotions. And there may be referral links, so I may benefit from it as well. So here I'm just going to click that I want to get set up in New York. You know, it's going to say hold tight, Emperor, kind of funny lingo there. And now this is where it's going to show you the different bonuses available to you right now. So once you end up reading through this and understanding this, you can click the Bet Now button, and then it's going to take you to the next screen here. And this is where you're going to enter your name, information, birth date, cell phone number, all that. So we'll skip ahead here. Your security questions, and do know that they're going to ask you for your last 4 digits of your social security number. Every service is going to do that. It's just the way that they help verify you are who you say you are, you live in New York, and your age. So once you go through the terms and conditions and click all the boxes here, and then we click submit, what's going to happen next is it's going to take us actually to creating your account. So we want to deposit your first little bit of cash. So again, we just talked about it. Maybe you don't want to go as high as I did with $350. But what I would recommend is the online banking option. It's much easier. I found that PayPal was giving me issues when I tried using that. It was just because it's probably gambling and PayPal said no. And then you're going to search for your bank if you go with the online banking account. I skipped, that whole process. I didn't want to show you my online bank. But then once you click OK, got it here. Again, I'm going to log into my bank account. It's going to do one of those little text codes to verify you are who you say you are again. And this is your initial deposit. This is important because this is what's going to get matched. So you can decide what's right for you. If I was to do it again, I think $350 is too much. I'd probably have done like $100 or something like that. I'm not a big gambler though. It all depends on what your preference is when it comes to that. So once you put in this amount, and again, that first initial amount is the one that's going to get that matching bonus. So, make sure you don't do it too low. You can see that I initially did $350, but I have $650 of my new balance. So that's because I got the $300 sign up cash balance bonus. And then the under $350 is going to come in a day or two. So at this point, it prompts you to download the app. And then once you get the app set up, then you're going to be able to start placing bets on here. So in this case, it's asking me if they can track me. I said no, but I do want to share my location. Again, if you haven't watched my other video, when you're in New York gambling, you have to be within New York to place a bet. So it does that by location services, so it knows that your phone is in New York. So now that we're inside of here, It's using Face ID to get set up, which is pretty nice when you log in. All right, so here is where it's looking at my account. Again, I mentioned earlier, $350 cash balance, but I got my $300 bonus in right away. So that's available to me immediately, but the match is going to be a little bit longer. Okay, so here, what I did is I ended up clicking on the Georgia versus Alabama game. So football championship, they had a kind of a promotion, a super boost of plus 100. Basically, they're just covering the house. There's no house fee on this one. So if you bet $20, you get $20. There's no little fee taken out there. So this is me actually deciding what to do. You click on that dollar amount there, and I can put in any bet I want. So like I mentioned, in this particular case, I'm going to do $20. And when I place that bet, that $20 is going to come out of my cash balance and not my bonus balance. So now I have wagered $20. I still have $330 that I would have to wager until I could actually withdraw my funds and then use my bonus balance. So I know I have to spend about $350 or wager $350 in the next 30 days before I can make a bet on the bonus balance. But one of the other things I wanted to make you aware of, if we take a look at the main screen here again, this is another little bullet point some people might kind of go over. But basically it says only wagers on odds greater than -300 apply to the wagering requirements. Now, if you're like me and you're kind of new, you're like, what does greater mean? That means it's actually less, right? So wager at 250 will be eligible, but one at -400 will not be. Now, the reason I think that they do this is, let's say you go through the full process, you end up withdrawing your cash balance because you wagered that amount and you're able to actually withdraw it and keep your bonus balance. They don't want people doing like a $3,000 crazy bet with really high odds and hitting on it because it's all just bonus money. So they do make you kind of stay within a reasonable amount, but there's plenty of bets that you can do at that range. So let's say that you're planning on like wagering $500 a month. Well, I wouldn't do an initial deposit of $500. The reason for that is that you have to actually wager $500 before you can even touch the bonus balance, and that bonus balance is only available for 30 days. So if you think you might do a total wagering of $500, I might do $250 deposit setup. And then what you're going to see is an immediate $300 bonus balance come in. And then a couple days later, you're going to see $250 bonus balance for your match come in. So then you'll be sitting on a $250 cash balance, and eventually you're going to be sitting on $550 of bonus balance. So once you wager $250, then at that point, you'll be able to deduct and withdraw those funds from your account. Then when your cash balance is zero, you will now have $550 of bonus balance to play with, and that is within 30 days of setting up your account. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you happen to be in New York State, I have a video on the screen right here that's going to walk you through how to optimize your promotions if you're getting set up with other tools besides Caesars. So if you're looking at FanDuel or DraftKings, I'll be talking about those promotions in that video as well. All right, guys, thanks for using the referral links in the description below, and I'll catch you on that next video.